Let's play basketball.
The time is finally here. Basketball season is back inside the Moore Fitness Center. Hello, 1K Crenshaw with you on the CIU Sports Network, where Columbia International tips off their 2022-23 campaign against the Thomas University Nighthawks. Thomas under a brand new regime. Zachary Exumea, first-year head coach, cleared house when he stepped in May. 14 brand new players a part of his roster, though today they only have 9 healthy, so fatigue could be a factor later on. Quick tip, won by the Nighthawks. It's in the hands of Mahogany Menfee, a sophomore transfer from Central Arizona College. At the top of the key, defended by Quinique Howard. Driving right hand into the lane, puts up a shot from 2 feet out, rims out, brought down by Slim Webb. Webb along the right wing, kicks it left side to Howard, as she'll bring it back towards the center court logo. 30 seconds gone by in the first quarter, still no score. Tierra Webb coming out from the post to the perimeter. Now driving back inside. Left-hand layup up, no good off the glass. Rebound cleared out by Sonia Dozier. Menfee brings it up the right side of the floor, kicks it far left corner. Into the hands of Wilson, driving lane, no good. Rebound bounces right back to her. Second shot rims out, and second rebound into the hands of Webb. Pass over to Howard along the right side. 9 minutes left in the first quarter, still no score. Howard to Wilkerson at the top of the key. Wilkerson kicks right side to Hatcher. Along the wing, back up to the point to Webb. Now to the hands of Webb. 3-ball up, no good. Offensive rebound brought down by Webb. Second shot, no good. Third attempt, up and book it. And one for Tierra Cook, as she was fouled hard on the putback. An early 2-0 lead for Columbia International. Webb slow to get up. Cook slow to get up. Appeared to be poked in the eye. Sonia Dozier, the guilty party, that's her first, team's first as well. Cook, a transfer from Southern Arkansas University, shot 38% from the line in her 3-year career. First one today off the right side of the rim, no good. 2-0 Columbia International leads with 8:41 to play in the first. Menfee working right side of the wing, defended heavily by Howard. She now drives left side, tries to go into Collins, but it's taken away by Cook. The power forward, playing point guard up the middle of the floor, has it stolen. But she's fouled in the process. A late whistle after Menfee poked it away right into the hands of Collins. Would have been a great transition opportunity for the Nighthawks. Instead, it's the first foul on Kennedy Collins, second team foul for the Nighthawks. Wilkerson inbounds from the sideline into Howard at the center court logo. Howard works right side into the hands of Hatcher along the wing. Back up top to Wilkerson. They swing it to Webb. Webb over to Cook. Back out to Howard with 5 on the shot clock. She shows up a 3. No good. Rebound snagged by Collins. Collins will keep it herself. Now dishes over to Menfee. With 8 minutes left in the first, she lifts up a 3-ball and nails it. Mahogany Memphy with her first points of the season to give Thomas University a 3-2 lead over CIU. 7:49 to play in the first. Wilkerson over to Webb. A three-ball chance of her own. Cannot respond. Off the mark, an air ball to the right side as it'll bounce out of bounds. Columbia International now taking 3 shots from the perimeter, not able to sink any so far. They're 1 for 6 from the field, trailing 3-2. 7.5 to play in the first. Lanice Santiago driving right side. She's fouled, and she made her way towards the post. Hannah Wilkerson whistled for the foul. Her first, team's first as well for Columbia International. First substitution as Jade Studemeyer steps in for Kennedy Collins. Studemeyer, a sophomore transfer from Temple College. Lanice Santiago at the line. A 66% shooter from the stripe last season. She nails her first. The transfer from Life University. Averaged nearly double digits a season ago for the Running Eagles. 2 for 2 from the stripe is Santiago. She makes this a 5-2 ball game. 7:22 to play in the first quarter. Wilkerson at the top of the key, kicks over to Webb. She looked at the 3-ball, now has her defender beat. But she's whistled for the travel, and she just got to the free throw line. Took one step too many. She tried to stop the motion. 7:12 to play in the first quarter. Thomas up by 3. Memphy inside, looking for Wilson. She lifts it up from the high post. No good. Rimming out. Brought down by Hatcher. A sophomore works up the left side of the floor. Now kicks over to Howard along the right wing. They're trying to go inside to Webb, but she's defended heavily. Wilkerson instead will drive herself. Kick back out to Hatcher, and she's stripped. Stolen by Mahogany Memphy. In transition are the Nighthawks. Up to Wilson, just outside the paint. She kicks over in the corner to Santiago. Takes one step in, throws up a jumper from 10 feet out. No good. Rebound brought down by Webb. Columbia International now slowing down the offense. They've started 1 for 6 from the field today. Hatcher, 3-ball up. You betcha. Madison Hatcher ties this game up at 5 with just under 6.5 to play in the first quarter with a 3-ball from the right wing. Memphy now kicks in the corner for Santiago. She drives right baseline, makes one defender miss, puts up a shot, draws the foul. Basket won't fall. Just pinballing out. Samarian Webb whistled for her first personal. Team second. Santiago at the stripe once again. 2 for 2 on her first trip today. First shot up off the front of the rim. Her 4th season of college basketball. Spent 2 years at St. Leo and then last year at Life University. Second free throw is good. 1 for 2 on that trip from Santiago to put Thomas back up 6-5 with the clock approaching 6 minutes in this first quarter. Into the hands of Mariah Leinbach, fresh off the bench for Columbia International. Leinbach along the right wing trying to drive baseline. It's poked away from her. Out of bounds it will go. Defended by Wilson. Also a fresh face is Hannah Trawick, returning graduate student for Columbia International in the post. Trawick a season ago averaged just under 4 points a game. Inbounds from the baseline goes to Howard along the wing. Now to the hands of Webb along the left side. Back underneath to Howard from inside the circle. She goes up off the window for the bucket. Her first of the season. Columbia International back up 7-6 with 5:55 to play in the first quarter. Short range jumper from Memphy. Rims out. Rebound cleared by Cook. Howard works up the floor to the right side. Now drives into the paint. Throws up a runner from short range. She makes it fall. Back-to-back buckets for Quanika Howard. An early 4 points for her. Columbia International builds on to their lead. Now 3 points, the largest of the night so far. With just under 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Thomas looking for their first bucket in nearly 3 minutes. Santiago along the right wing gets a screen from Studemeyer. Now works back left side, still on the outside perimeter. Back over to Memphy. 4 seconds to shoot. Memphy has to throw up a jumper from the free throw line. It's short. Air ball out of bounds. Columbia International gets a key defensive stop yet again. 5:07 to play in the first quarter. A pair of fresh faces onto the floor for Thomas. As Dozier and Wilson, 2 starters, step aside, we see the return of Kennedy Collins back from the starting lineup, along with Sophia DeMauro off the bench. Cook, meanwhile, driving up in. Just off was her layup from the left side. She did draw the contact. With under 5 to play in the first quarter. Substitution in moments for Columbia International to be a true freshman that coaches are really excited about. We'll tell you that in a moment. First, though, Tiara Cook at the line. Cook 0 for 1 today from the stripe. First shot rattles in. Columbia International will push their lead to 4. It's now Rams 10-6. 4:57 to play in this first quarter. Second free throw rattles out. Rebound cleared down by Collins. 1 for 2 on that trip was Cook. Quick pass out of the left side for Studemeyer. She shoots up a 3 and nails it. Jade Studemeyer knocking down her first bucket of the season to draw Thomas back within 1. That their first points in almost 3.5 minutes. 10-9, the Rams lead it with 4.5 to play in the first quarter. Inside to Cook. 1 power dribble. Tried going off the glass. Shot no good. Rebound cleared by Studemeyer. Memphy now up the left side of the floor. Into the corner for DeMauro. Back up top to Santiago. On the top of the key, she takes 1 dribble to the left side. Throws up a long-range jumper. No good from 2. Rebound brought down by Hatcher. She finds Leinbach in the corner. Leinbach gets into a double team. Now kicks back out to Hatcher around the arc. Up to the top to Cook. Over to Hatcher. 15 to shoot for Columbia International. Hatcher out to Quanika Howard. The Rams holding a 1-point lead. Howard takes 1 dribble to the left side. Pulls up a 3. Brick off the back iron. Rebound by Studemeyer. 3:45 to play in the first quarter. 3 ball up from Collins on the other end. Way off. Did not catch rim. Just hit the left side of the backboard. Quanika Howard was there to clear it out. Columbia International up 10-9 with 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Cook out to Hatcher. 3 ball up from the left arc. No good. Rebound into the hands of DeMauro. Thomas University trying to play an aggressive style of offense and find quick transition buckets. Memphy has to pick up her dribble just inside the 3-point line. Now goes over to Santiago with 15 to shoot. Kicks it into the corner. Studemeyer from 3. Air ball into the hands of Hatcher. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Howard back out to Hatcher at the top of the key. Hatcher out to Cook. Stands at the straightaway. Over the hands of Hatcher, but it bounces off her hand and out of bounds. Like it hit off her fingertips and then just took a shot out of bounds. 2:48 to play in the first quarter. As Hatcher and Cook step aside, we see a pair of freshmen on the floor for the first time in their collegiate careers. It's Stasia Taylor and Jalen Twitty. 2 freshman guards that CIU coaching staff is really, really excited about. Meanwhile, for Thomas, back on the floor is Sonia Dozier. Santiago looking to drive the right side. Kicks back out to Collins. Throws up a 3 from the right wing. You betcha! Kennedy Collins from 3-point land nails the shot and puts Thomas up 12-10 with just under 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Leinbach at the top of the key, trying to find Quanika Howard and does. Now inside to Trewick. Pass was off the mark and intercepted by Collins. Memphy will bring it up the floor as the point guard. Memphy from the straightaway. Now drives into the paint. Makes 1 defender miss. Layup left short though. Rebound by Leinbach. But it was poked away out of bounds by Memphy. It'll be CIU basketball. Just as Columbia International had found a bit of rhythm, they've gone scoreless over the last 2.5 minutes. And in that span, Thomas has been able to battle back with a 6-0 run. They lead it 12-10. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Leinbach into the hands of Twitty. She works right to left. Pass out to Howard, who brings it back to the straightaway. Howard trying to drive into the paint, kicks out left side for Deja Taylor. Back up top, Howard from 3, air ball out of bounds. Shot left short from Quanika Howard, as the Rams have been just 4 for 13 from the field in this first quarter. Santiago along the right side, just beyond the wing. She now looks to drive baseline, kick out to Collins, who looked at the 3. Now goes back to Santiago in the corner, 3-point land shot. Bouncing off the back iron, rebound snagged by Trawick. 1:17 to play in the first quarter. Over to Leinbach, who has room to work with on the left side. Instead, goes back to Howard at the top. 18 to shoot for Columbia International. Leinbach up at the point, kicks over to Taylor. Working along the left wing, she kicks to Trawick, who came out from the post. Now to a wide open Quanika Howard on the left wing. She pulls up a 3 and knocks it down. Quanika Howard, her second 3-ball of the game, puts CIU back up 13-12 with 47 seconds left in this first quarter. That ends a 6-0 run for Thomas. Santiago with 38 on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. Kicks into the corner, DeMauro driving baseline, kicks over to Dozier. Short range jumper good from Sonia Dozier from 10 feet out. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock has been turned off. Thomas up 14-13, and looks like the Rams will try to hold for the last shot in hopes of giving themselves a lead into the second quarter. Leinbach along the right side, 10 to shoot. Leinbach just holding as they're trying to free up Quanika Howard from a pair of screens. She throws up a 3-ball shot off the back iron. Loose rebound, Howard brings it down. 1 to shoot, 3-ball up, pinballing out. A near buzzer beater shot from Quanika Howard along the right wing, trying to beat the clock. Not able to knock it down. An eventful first quarter with multiple lead changes, but we head into the second with Thomas leading 14-13 over CIU. We'll be back in moments on the CIU Sports Network.
So you're back at it, is the speed difference in baseball and football versus college basketball. I did a football game last night. You got your action, and then you stop. You got your action, and you stop. Here, boom, 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 boom.
That's a lot of bad things. All right, here we go. Back inside the Moore Fitness Center. Heading into the second quarter, Thomas leads CIU 14-13. An eventful first quarter with 4 different lead changes. Back and forth early on, where Thomas started out with an early lead, then put on a 6-0 run before Columbia International battled back. That was before Dozier knocked down a short-range jumper just before the end of the first quarter to give Thomas a 14-13 lead. Columbia International basketball. First pass was knocked out of bounds. It'll be an inbounds under their own basket. Into the hands of Deja Taylor. Throws up a 3-ball from the right wing. Bank is open. Deja Taylor off the glass, her first collegiate basket. Puts the Rams up by 2. A 2-3 zone for CIU defensively. Menfee at the point. Goes over to Santiago, who draws the double team. Back up to Menfee at the straightaway. Now trying to drive right side. Looking to go over the top of Trawick. It's off the front iron. Rebound snagged by Twitty. Taylor will work it up the middle of the floor. Crossing center court. She throws up a 3-ball from the point. Off the mark. Rebound cleared by Collins. This is Menfee crossing midcourt. 9 minutes left in this second quarter. CIU up by a pair. Pass intended for Santiago, deflected out by Leinbach. A pair of starters back on the floor for CIU with Wilkerson and Cook. Subbing in for Leinbach and Trawick. It's Thomas basketball. Quick inbounds to Memphis. She quickly dishes inside to Kennedy. Trying to go off the glass, too strong. Rebound by Cook. Over to Hatcher along the right side. Now to the hands of Twitty, out to Taylor. Taylor along the left side, over to Wilkerson with 15 to shoot. Wilkerson at the top of the key. Swings it to Cook. Right back to Wilkerson, 6 to shoot. Wilkerson spin move into the paint, shot up, no good, but she's fouled on the way in by Lanice Santiago. That's her first. Team's first foul as well in this second quarter. 8.5 to play in the first half. Hannah Wilkerson at the line. True freshman from Salisbury, North Carolina. Knocks down her first. A freshman player the coaching staff is very excited about. And just celebrated her 19th birthday on Thursday, 2 days ago. She knocks down both from the line. Coach was telling me just before today's game the team sang to her at the beginning of practice. With 8:26 to play in the second quarter, Columbia International leads 18-14. Into the hands of Santiago, 3-ball up, off the mark to the left side, but an offensive rebound snagged by Wilson. Thomas has 17 on the shot clock, trailing by 4, with just over 8 minutes left in the first half. Memphis trying to break the 2-3 zone, throws up a jumper from the left side. It's off the mark, left short, grabbed by Twitty. Twitty quickly up the right side, trying to go in to Cook. A dish over to Wilkerson. She's fouled on her cut inside by Jade Studemeyer. Her first, team second. Pair of new faces in for Thomas as Studemeyer and Memphis head to the bench. Dozier and DeMauro return to action. 22 on the shot clock, 7:58 on the game clock for CIU. Quick inbounds to Wilkerson. Takes a shot from inside the paint, off the mark. Cook's there. Offensive board, put back in. 20-14, Columbia International leads. Sierra Cook now finds double digits, 10 points for her this afternoon. Santiago around a pair of screens. Short, long range two from the left side, no good. Back into the hands of Taylor. 7.5 to play in the second quarter. CIU up by 6. Wilkerson drives. Layup from the right side. Up and good. And the crowd liked that one. Timeout, Thomas. CIU has come out on a 7-0 run to start this second quarter. The Rams are finding their groove. 7:22 to play in the first half. Columbia International up 22-14. We'll step aside and be back on the CIU Sports Network. Back inside the Moore Fitness Center, 7:22 to play in the first half. Columbia International leading Thomas 22-14 as the Nighthawks were forced to take a timeout after the Rams kicked off this second quarter on an 8-0 run as they lead it 22-14. And the Rams are going press. A 2-2-3 full court pressure as Santiago will now work up the left side of the floor. Pass picked off by Taylor. She's on the ground, surrounded by defenders. And as she was trying to kick it out to a teammate, it'll roll out of bounds. Be Thomas basketball, a fresh 30 on the shot clock. 7:05 to play in the first half. Samarian Webb checks back in for Taylor as Webb returns to the starting lineup, the true freshman from Anderson, South Carolina. Columbia International up 22-14 over Thomas. Santiago has one screen, but working around it is her defender, Webb. Santiago trying to create space from Webb. It's the defender whistled for the foul. It's Webb's first. Make that her second, First team foul. 20 on the shot clock for Thomas. Under 7 to play. Trailing by 8. Handoff pass to Wilson. Spin move back inside. Kick out to Santiago. 3-ball up from the left wing. No good. Tierra Webb grabs it off one hop from the back iron. Twitty running point, bringing up the left side of the floor. Over to Wilkerson at the straightaway, driving into the paint. Right hand up. Power move from Hannah Wilkerson. Give her 8 points today. And the Rams have pushed their lead to double digits, up 24-14 with 6:20 to play in the first half. Santiago into the corner to Wilson. Columbia International now on an 11-0 run. Wilson driving in. She's fouled just as she reached the paint. It's Jalen Twitty's first foul. Columbia International's second team foul. Pair of substitutions in for Thomas. That's Collins and Santiago. Step aside. Studemeyer and Mahogany Menfee are back on the floor. Menfee to inbounds from underneath the Nighthawks' own basket. Gets into Studemeyer. Pump fakes from the right wing. Now drives inside. Layup left short. Rebound snagged by Wilkerson, and she's knocked down to the ground. Foul whistled against Menfee, her first. And the first offensive foul we've seen of this game. CIU holding a 10-point lead, the largest by either team today. 6:04 to play in the second quarter. Jade Studemeyer back to the bench with Kennedy Collins back on the floor for the Nighthawks. Twitty runs point, and she'll cross the center court logo with 6 minutes left in the first half. Columbia International up by 10. Into the hands of Wilkerson at the straightaway, over to Hatcher to the right wing. Tries driving inside, fouled in the pursuit, and she'll head to the line for the first time today. Mahogany Menfee drawing her second personal, fourth team foul. But the one thing that Thomas has to be careful of is foul trouble. So far today, Menfee the first with 2 personals, but a Nighthawks team that was only able to dress 9 healthy players for today's contest. You don't want to run into foul trouble, still with over 5 minutes left in the first half. Hatcher's first shot from the line, up and good. A 73% shooter from the stripe her freshman season a year ago. Second shot, pinball's out, loose ball, cleared down by the offense. It was Webb, back over to Hatcher from 3. Off the mark, another offensive board by Twitty. Now to the hands of Slim Webb at the top of the key. 5:40 to play in the second quarter. Columbia International up by 11. Out to Wilkerson. She lifts a 3-ball up, rattles out, poked out of bounds, last touch by CIU, and immediately the Rams are putting on a full court pressure. 1-3-1 that Coach Fleming loves to pin against teams. But Thomas able to break through, up to Wilson. Shot from just outside the paint, too high and too hard off the glass. Rebound by Webb. Twitty in transition. Gets clipped by a defender. Whistles will blow. Sophia DeMauro had a bit of a hip check. Her first personal. 5th team foul for Thomas. Quinnica Howard back on the floor for CIU here momentarily. She'll step into the place of Samarian Webb. 5th team foul puts Jalen Twitty at the stripe with a 1-and-1 opportunity. True freshman from Rutherfordton, North Carolina. First free throw up and good. Now, we'll only see 120 today, but we will see 2 throughout the season. Her twin sister, Jasmine, currently out with a concussion. But you'll be able to tell the difference just by the jersey numbers. They both wear their hair the same, a tall bun on top of their head. Jalen's 2, Jasmine is 24. Jalen knocks down both. The inbounds was poked out by the Rams in their full court pressure. It's Thomas basketball. with 30 seconds on the shot clock, 5:13 on their game clock. Kennedy Collins to inbounds from the sideline, but almost into the corner. Hatcher to defend the inbounds. Collins into Memphis, defended by Twitty. Up to Wilson, still working behind half court. She'll now cross the timeline, defended by Wilkerson. Now will draw the double team. Has to chunk it up, and it's stolen by the Rams. Hatcher with it in her hands. Over to Howard. Brings it back across midcourt. 5 minutes left in the first half. Columbia International up by 13. Over to Twitty. Makes a defender miss. Now out to Howard along the right wing. Swing out to Wilkerson. She drives the right hand. Fouled hard up near the basket by Sophia DeMauro, her second, as Wilkerson will head to the line for the second time today. 2 for 2 on the freshman's first trip. And with 2 fouls, DeMauro has to head to the bench. And Sonia Dozier back on the floor. Wilkerson, North Rowan High School there in Salisbury, North Carolina, knocks down her first. She's one of those players that Coach Fleming wants at the free throw line, especially late in games, nearly automatic from the stripe. You can make it 4 for 4 today for Hannah Wilkerson. Give herself 9 points. Memphis trying to break the press, cross the timeline, up to Wilson. Out to Collins, straight away 3-ball up. Left short on the air ball. With 4:35 to play in the second quarter, it's been all Columbia International. They have scored 16 points in this second quarter, held Thomas to 0. The Rams lead it 29-14. Over to Webb along the right side, out to Hatcher to the left wing. Hatcher looking into the lane, throws up a left-handed layup, bouncing off her defender. She knocks it down. Full court pass trying to find Dozier, poked out of bounds by Webb. And it'll be Thomas basketball. 4:12 to play in this second quarter. Inbounds to Collins in the right wing. Out to Memphis. Memphis along the right side. 18 to shoot, defended by Hatcher. Memphis trying to drive inside. Gets past Webb, but her layup is off the mark. She pokes her own rebound out of bounds, as it'll be Rams possession with 3:57 to play in the first half. Columbia International up 31-14. Twitty running point. Across the center court logo, back in the hands of Wilkerson at the straightaway. Wilkerson swing over to Howard, who works it back to the middle of the floor. Howard pulls up for a long 2. Her feet were just inside the arc, but it bounces out. Rebound by Memphis. Automatically drawing the double team from Howard and Webb, 2 veteran players. And Memphis loses control, falls to the ground. It's in the hands of Twitty. She's over to Wilkerson, and the Rams are in transition. Wide open under the basket is Hatcher. Timeout, Thomas. A 20-0 run to start the second quarter for Columbia International. They have taken a commanding 33-14 lead over the Nighthawks as they have held Thomas scoreless in this second quarter. 3:21 to play in the first half. We'll be back on the CIU Sports Network. A defensive showcase put on in this second quarter by Columbia International. With 3:21 to play in the first half, the Rams are up 33-14 over Thomas. However, to start this second quarter, the Rams were trailing 14-13. However, Thomas has been yet to score, as the Rams have been on a 20-0 run for the last 6.5 minutes. Memphis crosses midcourt, now works to the right wing, defended by Deja Taylor. Memphis Crossover, working back inside the arc, trying to work the perimeter into the hands of Santiago. Out to Dozier along the low post. Turnaround Jay, left short. Rebound by Taylor. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Half-court pass to Hatcher, intercepted by Wilson, but she lands out of bounds. 26 seconds on the shot clock for CIU. It's Leinbach to inbounds along the far sideline. Taylor back to Leinbach, into the hands of Cook. Cook out to Howard. Cook in the corner. Leinbach for three, off the front iron. Rebound by Cook. Offensive board, putback not there. Rebound poked into the hands of Santiago, and she's fouled by Hatcher in the transition. That's Madison Hatcher's first. Columbia International's second team foul. 2:37 to play in the second quarter. Columbia International up by 19 points. 33-14, they lead it with 2.5 to play in the second quarter. Menfee trying to drive left side. Lifts up a shot from just inside the paint. It rattles out. Rebound brought down by Leinbach. Leinbach is stripped and stolen by Menfee. Menfee from the left side puts the layup up and in with 2:13 to play in the second quarter. That is the first points for Thomas in this second quarter. They trail 33-16. Howard fouled by Menfee. A quick hand check foul, as that's Mahogany Menfee drawing her third personal foul. She currently leads the Nighthawks with 5 points today. She's going to have to head to the bench. Sophia DeMauro checking in. 2:01 to play in the first half. Quanika Howard at the line for 2 shots, with that being the 6th team foul for Thomas. First free throw from Queen, up off the back iron. A 78% shooter from the stripe a season ago, only missed 11 times. She was 40 for 51. Second shot today, nails it. 1 for 2 on that trip is Quanika Howard. You should give her 9 points. Collins in transition, lifts up the jumper, knocking it down. Kennedy Collins with the short-range J from just beyond the free throw line makes this a 34-18 Columbia International lead with 1:41 to play. Howard along the left wing goes back to Cook at the top of the key. Driving inside, shot from the low post, up and good, but it won't count. Waved off, an offensive foul on Tierra Cook, her first personal. CIU's third team foul. Hannah Wilkerson back on the floor for Leinbach. 1:30 to play in the first half, and the Rams are putting the full court pressure back on. Inbounds to Sophia DeMauro, defended heavily by Taylor. She works it towards midcourt and will cross the timeline. Pass to the wing to Wilson, but her pass back to the top of the key, stolen by Hatcher, and it's immediately poked back out by Wilson. It'll stay Rams' possession, with inbounds just in front of the scorer's table at midcourt. 1:19 to play in the first half. Wilkerson driving, wide open, left hand, up and good. Wilkerson has done a tremendous job of creating space in the lanes today. Give her 10 points. Out to Dozier, short range J from the baseline, no good. Rebound by Quanika Howard. Full court pass to Hatcher, but it's off the mark, and she's going to have to bring it back out. Taylor steps into a three, too strong. Rebound by Wilkerson, offensive board and put back, just rimming out, with Collins there to snag it. 40 seconds left in the half. Santiago works out of the left corner for Thomas, now drives into the paint, tries drawing the contact, no whistles blow, with her shot left well short. Quanika Howard now in transition, dribbles down to the baseline, but now has to work back outside. Howard now drawing the double team with a jump ball whistled, our first of the night, and it will head the opposite direction and be Thomas basketball. 21 seconds left in the second quarter. CIU up 36-18 with substitution in. Trawick and Twitty return for Cook and Howard. 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Columbia International leads it by 18. Inbounds to Santiago with Columbia International in a 2-3 zone defensively. 12 seconds left. Santiago along the right wing defended by Taylor. Lifts a 3-ball up, off the window and in. 5 seconds left. Quick inbounds to Taylor. She kicks it up to Twitty, who lifts up a buzzer beater 3 from the right wing. Too strong. That will be the end of the first half. Columbia International holds Thomas to just 7 points in that second quarter as the Rams lead it 36-21. We'll be back in moments with a halftime interview with Rams head coach Danielle Fleming when we're back on the CIU Sports Network. Back on the CIU Sports Network, Kate Crenshaw now joined alongside Rams head coach Danielle Fleming. Coach, your team heading to the locker rooms, a big turnaround second quarter. You trailed 14-13 and then outscored them mightily in that second quarter. Take a 36-21 lead into the break. What was the difference for your team in the second quarter?
Yeah, I think we kind of got under us a little bit. We got our feet under us first quarter. I mean, I got a ton of freshmen coming out. So I think second quarter we were able to just kind of settle down and do what we want to do, which is press, run the ball, push in transition, and rebound. This year the emphasis is definitely on rebounding. So I thought we did well.
So far, leading the charge on the boards has been Tierra Cook. 10 in the first half. What allowed her to find so much success on the glass?
She's just very physical, and she has a sense of urgency. So as soon as that ball goes up, she's not waiting to go. She goes and get in position, and that's the difference between her and other players that we're going to play against. I think she's very physical underneath. If we can just get her to, settle down and hit that glass more, she'll be great.
What will be the key in the second half?
Just be consistent. Never too high, never too low. It's 0-0 now. I don't care what we did in the first half. I think just keeping the foot on the gas and keeping our momentum going is going to be the key.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
That takes us into the halftime break. We'll be back for the second half when we return to the CIU Sports Network. Back on the CIU Sports Network for second half action as CIU leads Thomas 36-21. An incredibly defensive-oriented second quarter for CIU as they held Thomas to just 7 points, the bulk of which came under 2.5 minutes, with CIU just out-racing the Nighthawks. Rams possession first. Inside pass to Wilkerson, shot off the mark. The 11th rebound to Tierra Webb, now make it 12. As her offensive board, kick back out to Hatcher. 3 ball up, you betcha. Madison Hatcher kicking off this second half just the way she wanted. A 3 ball from the left corner. Give her 11 points to date. On the other end, Santiago can't knock it down from the perimeter, but an offensive board cleared back down by the Nighthawks. Back to Santiago from the right corner, too strong. Rebound by Webb. 13 rebounds for Tierra Cook. Wilkerson at the top of the key. Over to Cook, just along the left side. Out to Webb. 3 ball up from the straightaway. Too strong. Cook there, put back, not on the mark. With 14 rebounds today, Tierra Cook is just giving us a short glimpse into the type of dominant season she can have this year for Columbia International. Substitution onto the floor as Kennedy Collins will step aside. Jade Studemeyer checking in for Thomas. Sonia Dozier picking up her second personal. Cook at the strike. Was 1 for 3 from the line of the first half. Will knock down her first to push the CIU lead 40-21. 9:02 left in the third quarter. Cook, one dribble, the shot off the front iron. Rebound snagged by Menfee. 1 for 2 on the trip at the line is Cook as the Rams lead it by 19. Menfee dribbling into the corner, goes back out to Santiago. Swing away to Studemeyer along the left side. Back to the top of the key. Now driving inside, spin move, layup, up and in. Jade Studemeyer with the bucket. Now 5 points today for her as she draws Thomas back to a 17-point deficit. Wilkerson at the point with 8.5 to play in the third quarter. Over to Hatcher, 3 ball up, too strong. Off the right side, rebound by Tierra Cook, and she just tried slinging it out, trying to find a teammate before falling out of bounds, but it falls into the hands of head coach Danielle Fleming. That was definitely not the intended target. 8:24 to play in the third quarter. Rams up 40-23. Left side, Studemeyer trying to drive in the paint, has it immediately taken away by Tierra Cook. Slim Webb up the right side of the floor. Over to Wilkerson in transition. Doesn't have to take a dribble. Short range jumper, though, no good. Out to the left side, Hatcher for 3. Too strong. Rebound into the hands of Studemeyer. Shot from Santiago, deflected out by Quanika Howard. Under 8 to play in the third. Quick substitution in for CIU as Hannah Trawick check in for Tierra Cook. As Cook takes her 6 points and 15 rebounds over to the bench. Inbounds for Thomas under their own basket. Into Santiago in the left corner, defended by Webb. Now drawing the double team from Wilkerson. She kicks it out to Menfee along the left side. Menfee, crossover dribble. Driving, runner up off the mark, but she'll draw the contact from Hannah Trawick. Her first. Columbia International's first team foul in this second half. .45 left in the third quarter. Mahogany Menfee at the strike. The Portland, Oregon native. First free throw takes one hop off the back iron and falls through. Transfer from Central Arizona College. JUCO known for their baseball program. Just won the national championship a year ago with a couple notable alumni. Full court pass over to Webb. She drives in. Layup off the mark. Hannah Trawick glides in for the board. Kick back out to Howard. Second chance points from three-point land off the mark, but Trawick there again. Out to Hatcher. 3 ball from the left side. She got it. Madison Hatcher from the left corner. Give her 11 points today. And Columbia International takes a 43-25 lead with 7:15 to play in the third. Wilson trying to drive inside. She trips up under her own feet, falling to the floor. The travel results in another turnover for Thomas. Their 9th of the game. Just over 7 minutes left in this third quarter. Columbia International up 43-25. Wilkerson driving right hand, nearly has it taken away. As just as she retained control, Sophia DeMauro was there yet again for the jump ball. As both went after it, possession arrow points the way of the Nighthawks. With under 7 to go in the third, Columbia International up 43-25. Santiago crossing midcourt, now dribbling left side. Trying to work inside the wing, she draws the double team. Back out to the front court and kick over to Memphy. Mahogany Memphy at the straightaway. Looking for Santiago, it's tipped and stolen by Webb. Webb defended by Memphy, just crossing midcourt, pushed out of bounds by Memphy. It'll stay CIU basketball. Quick pass to Webb from the corner. 3 ball off the back iron. Wilson's pass to Santiago off the mark. Out of bounds, it will roll. Jalen Twitty checks in for CIU. Kanika Howard heads to the sidelines. Howard 8 points, 3 boards today. Trewick at the top of the key. Inside to Wilkerson from the paint. Inside the circle. She'll knock it down. Hannah Wilkerson now 12 points this afternoon for the true freshman. As CIU has pushed their lead to 20 points. Santiago, 3 ball from the right side. Up and good. Lanice Santiago responding on the other end. Now 9 points for the transfer from Life University. Layup inside for Twitty. Up and good. 5:40 to play in the third quarter. Columbia International leading 47-28. DeMauro in the corner. Tries going to the low post to Wilson. Defended heavily and blocked by Trewick. Trewick out to Twitty, who crosses the timeline. But as quickly Wilson for the travel just simply picked up her dribble and kept walking. A mental lapse for Jalen Twitty. With Studemeyer heading back to the sidelines, Kennedy Collins returns to action. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Columbia International outscoring Thomas by 4 in this third period, leading 47-28. Collins, jumper from just beyond the free throw line. Offensive board brought back down by Wilson. Out to Santiago. 3 ball up, off the mark, as it takes one hop over the top of the backboard. And it'll be Rams' possession. Samarian Webb to the sidelines for CIU with Deja Taylor back on the floor. Meanwhile, Wilson checks out. Dozier back in for Thomas. Basketball season is officially back in Columbia. Deja Taylor up at the point. Kick pass to Wilkerson, now out to Twitty. Twitty trying to drive the left side of the floor. Goes to Taylor in the corner. 3 ball up and good for Deja Taylor. Her second shot from beyond the arc today to give her 6 points, and the Rams lead it by 22. Under 5 to play in the third quarter. Memphy trying to kick it inside. It's stolen by Trewick, but it's taken right back by Memphy. She'll put up a layup from inside the arc, off the glass and good. 20-point lead for Columbia International. Out to Jalen Twitty, trying to drive baseline. Goes back out to Taylor. Can she do it again from 3? Off the mark. Loose rebound, corralled by Trewick. But now Kenny Collins steps in and strips it away. Thomas with an opportunity at a transition bucket. Memphy up to Santiago. She stepped for a pull-up 3 ball. Pinballing out. Trewick there to snag it. Taylor slowing down the offense, gives way to Wilkerson. 15 to shoot for the Rams, 3:49 to play in the third quarter, leading by 20. Hatcher looked at the three ball from the left side, now instead tries to drive. Layup from the block, pinball's out. Rebound grabbed off the glass by Memphy, but her full court pass is intercepted by Taylor. Now in the hands of Wilkerson. She drives right hand, just off the mark. Trawick crashing the boards. And just she came down with it. Collins got a hand in there. It's a jump ball that will stay with the Rams. 3:28 to play in the third. Mariah Leinbach in for Wilkerson. Well, Quanika Howard also taking a few steps off the bench for Madison Hatcher. Hatcher now 14 points, 3 rebounds today. Trawick along the left side. Goes over to Quanika Howard. She brings it back to the top of the key. Handoff pass to Twitty. Working left to right. Now back to Taylor. Taylor out to Trawick. Over to Leinbach along the right side. 5 to shoot. Twitty trying to work some room from the right side. Puts up a shot with 2 seconds on the shot clock. It's no good. Rebound by Collins. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Rams up by 20. Collins drives and cuts that lead to 18 with a layup from the right post. Taylor inside to Trawick. Up and off the window, off the mark as well. On the other end, Collins pulls up a jumper just beyond the free throw line. Shot no good. Out of bounds is the air ball. 2:40 to play in the third quarter. Columbia International up 50-32 over Thomas University. Deja works up the right side of the floor, but the Rams are looking for their first points in almost 2.5 minutes. Hit a bit of a cold snag as of late. Taylor along the left side. Goes back to Howard at the top of the key. Howard trying to drive in, kick out to Leinbach. Looked at the jumper, back out to Howard. 3-ball up from the right arc. You betcha. Quanika Howard from the right wing knocks down the 3-ball to give her 11 points this afternoon. Rams up by 21. Into the corner for Santiago. 15 to shoot for Thomas. Inside to Dozier. She's able to knock it down off the backboard. From inside the circle. 1:45 to play in the third. Columbia International up 53-34. Tiara Cook trying to find Leinbach. As Leinbach looked to snag the pass, she was fouled from behind by Dozier. Her third. Second team foul for Thomas, who's done a much better job in avoiding fouls in this third quarter. Not just their 13th of the night, but third in this third quarter. Howard has it stolen away by Memphy, but on the other end, Howard responds with the block. You take it from me, I'll take it right back, says Quanika Howard. Now in transition goes Queen. Her dribble nearly poked away, and now it is by DeMar. 1:14 left in the third. Cook pokes it loose out of bounds. It'll stay Thomas possession. Kennedy Collins to inbounds along the far sideline. Inbounds pass is kicked right back to her. Collins drives baseline. Runner up, no good. Rebound by Leinbach. Now to the hands of Twitty. She's whistled by the travel. Second turnover from traveling for Jalen Twitty. Freshman still settling in. 1:03 left in the third quarter. Santiago defended by Twitty. Gives way to Memphy, who's guarded by Taylor. In the front court, goes over to Collins. Now in the hands of Santiago. She'll lift up a 3-ball from the left arc. Knocking it down is Lanice Santiago. Was just a 28% shooter a season ago from beyond the arc at Life University, but here today, that's her third made 3. Leinbach takes 2 dribbles, lifts up a long 2. It's blocked. And out of bounds, it will roll. Last touch by the Rams. 27 seconds left in this third quarter. Oh, to DeMauro. Now out to Memphis along the right side. 20 seconds to shoot. 16 seconds left in this third quarter. Santiago trying to drive left side. Will automatically draw a triple team. Finds a wide open Kennedy Collins along the left side. 3-ball off the mark. Deja Taylor brings down the board. She's got 6 seconds left to work in this third quarter. Goes out to Quenica Howard. Crosses midcourt. It's poked out of bounds with 0.8 seconds left. Just past half court. Probably about 2 feet up. Howard will quickly inbounds to Taylor. We just have to lift up a shot as quickly as she can. Into Taylor. 3-ball from the top of the arc. No good. That will be the end of the third quarter. Rams up 53-37. That third quarter pretty evenly matched. Columbia International only outscoring Thomas by 1 as we head into the fourth. The CIU have enough gas left in the tank to lock up their first win in 2022. We'll be back for more on the CIU Sports Network. Back inside the Moore Fitness Center. 10 minutes left in today's matchup as we head to the fourth quarter. Columbia International leading Thomas University 53-37. A ball game that at this point was won in the second quarter by CIU. They erased a 1-point deficit by outscoring Thomas 23-7 in the second quarter. In fact, it started on a 20-0 run by the Rams until about 2.5 minutes left, where the Nighthawks found their first bucket in the second quarter. We head to the fourth. It's Thomas basketball to kick it off in the hands of Santiago. She takes one dribble in from the right side, lifts up a long two. It pinballs out. Loose rebound corralled by Hannah Wilkerson. And she's fouled on the transition by Sophia DeMauro. Just had a slap in there trying to knock it loose. That's tomorrow's third. First team foul for the Nighthawks. Columbia International up by 16. With just over 9.5 to play. Into the hands of Sumerian Webb. Goes to Wilkerson at the top. Now over to Hatcher to the right side. Gives way to Cook at the top of the key. Cook over to Hatcher with the starting 5 on the floor for Columbia International. Hatcher dribbling left side. Her pass is picked off by Wilson. On the other end, Wilson has it deflected away out of bounds by Quenica Howard as it will be Thomas basketball. Wilson was looking for the foul. It would not go her way. 25 to shoot for Thomas as it's at the top of the key for Memphis. Step back long, Jay off the mark. Wilson the offensive board. Put back, takes a couple hops, won't fall. With Wilkerson coming away with the board. Wilkerson dribbles to the straightaway. Now out to Sumerian Webb. 3-ball up. You betcha. Sumerian Webb from the right side knocks down the 3-ball. Her first bucket of the afternoon to give the Rams a 56-37 lead. Under 9 minutes to play. D'Amaro knocks down the long 2 from the left baseline. Draw Thomas. Back to a 17-point deficit. Webb out to Howard along the left side, just beyond the perimeter. She works around a pair of screens. Now tries to drive to the right side. 3-ball up instead. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound by Studemeyer. Long pass that Santiago has to chase down. A saving ball. It's picked off by Webb. The Rams are in transition. Webb brings it back out to the arc. And over to Hatcher. Hatcher at the top of the key, inside to Cook. Tried going with a shimmy move at the post. Studemeyer wouldn't shake off. The shot no good. And on the rebound, Tierra Cook whistled for her second personal. Just 2 Rams with a pair of fouls today. That's Webb and Cook. Seven minutes, 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to the right side for Santiago, defended by Wilkerson. She gets one screen from Studemeyer, now has Webb guarding her. Santiago back across the left side to Menfee. 3-ball up from the left arc, way off. Air ball, saved from going out of bounds by D'Amaro, but it's into the hands of Wilkerson. The Rams headed the other way. Wilkerson, coast to coast. Hannah Wilkerson with the lay-in from the right side. She's your leading scorer at 14 points. Columbia International up by 19. Menfee along 2, no good. Offensive rebound and putback by Studemeyer off the mark, but she draws the contact, and Jade Studemeyer will head to the stripe for a pair of free throws. Santiago checks out with Kennedy Collins back on the floor. 7:02 to play in this fourth quarter. Columbia International up 58-39. Studemeyer transfer from Temple College. Saw 25 games off the bench last season for the Leopards. First free throw today up and good. Studemeyer now at 6 points. Her twin sister also a transfer to Thomas, Jasmine. Both natives of Gainesville, Texas. Second free throw rims out, and Webb corrals the board. Out to Wilkerson, trying to drive right side. Layup off the mark. Rebound brought down by Kennedy Collins. Over to Menfee. Working right side. Menfee defended by Howard. Into the corner for Wilson. Wilson driving into the paint. She trips up on the ground. Everyone gets a hand in. It's a jump ball that's awarded to CIU. .6:32 to play in the fourth. Studemeyer back on the bench. Sonia Dozier on the floor. .58-40. Columbia International on top. Pass inside to Wilkerson. Shot off the mark, left side of the rim. Collins works up the middle of the floor, now dribbling right side. Trying to go coast to coast. She gets the bucket and one. Sonia Dozier going to be headed to the stripe as Samarian Webb picks up her third personal with just over 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And Rams up by 16. Webb heads to the sidelines with 3 fouls. It's Jasmine Twitty back on the floor. Kennedy Collins, sophomore out of Atlanta. First free throw attempt today, too strong. She can't complete the three-point play. Cook had the board, but her pass is picked off by Sophia DeMore. Inside to Dozier again. She's fouled once again, this time by Hannah Wilkerson. Her second, team's third. 5:54 to play in the fourth. The one thing Columbia International does not want to do is allow Thomas to hang around these final few minutes. Try to put this game away. Well, Dozier's at the line. First free throw up and good. Dozier, an El Paso, Texas native, transfer in from Trinidad State. She knocks down the second. A pair of free throws made from Sonia Dozier. Wilkerson heads to the sidelines. Hannah Trawick back on the floor. Meanwhile, Deja Taylor in for Hatcher. 58-44. CIU leads it. Inside, Tierra Cook. Low post, back out to the elbow. Trawick, the jumper, good. Hannah Trawick's first points of the afternoon. And she puts the Rams up by 16. Memphis standing at the top of the key. Inside to Kennedy Collins. Her jumper from the stripe, no good. Rebound by Twitty. Out to Quinnica Howard at the top of the key. Handoff pass to Twitty. She dribbles left hand to the left elbow. Looks to go inside to Trawick. Back out to the wing. 3-ball up from Deja Taylor. Off the mark. Rebound by Memphis. Give Mahogany Memphis her 6th rebound. And now she's dribbled into a double team. Able to break through with a pass to Collins. Now underneath to Wilson. She gets the lay-in from the left side. Thomas back within 14. 4:40 to play in this fourth quarter. Columbia International up 60-46. Cook at the top of the key. Gives way to Twitty. Now drives right side. Layup up and good for Jasmine Twitty. Make it 6 points today for the freshman. Over the left side. Stasia Wilson gets a screen from Dozier. Lifts a jumper up over Trawick. Just pinballs out. Rebound grab by Taylor. Crossing midcourt with just over 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Rams up by 16. Into the hands of Cook. Now swings it over to Trawick. Trawick from the top. Back over to Cook. Cook dribbles low post. 5 to shoot for Columbia International. I don't know if Cook sees it. She goes far corner for Deja Taylor, who lifts up a 3. Is off the mark, but her back foot, when she retrieved the pass, stepped out of bounds. Shot would not have counted anyway. Hannah Wilkerson back on the floor for Cook. Meanwhile, D'Amaro steps aside for St. Thomas. Santiago checking in. Timeout taken by Thomas with 3:45 to play in this fourth quarter. CIU up 62-46 as we'll be back in moments on the CIU Sports Network. Back in Columbia, 3:40 to play in the fourth quarter. With CIU up 62-46. Memphis trying to drive inside for Thomas. Goes back out to Santiago at the top of the key. Kicks over to Collins along the right wing, defended by Howard. Her pass tipped and picked off by Trawick. And she dishes over to Deja Taylor across midcourt with 3:20 to play. Taylor to Twitty, driving right baseline. Layup, up and good. Off the window goes Jalen Twitty. Now 8 points today for the freshman. Taylor trying to drive left baseline. Out to Dozier, a shot from the left elbow, good. Knocked down by the sophomore from El Paso. Under 3 to play. It's 64-48 Rams. Wilkerson drives the right lane, up and one. Hannah Wilkerson with an opportunity at a 3-point play. A team high 16 points, opportunity at 17 from the stripe for Wilkerson. As Sonia Dozier picked up her 4th personal, she heads to the sidelines with Jade Studemeyer back in. Wilkerson today 4 for 4 from the line. Her first miss off the back iron. Unable to complete the 3-point play. The offensive board grabbed by Jalen Twitty. It's off the mark with a shot from the low post. Collins now works it up to the center of the floor. Kicks over the left side. Santiago, 3-ball, no good. Rebound by Quinnica Howard. Wilkerson, jumper no good, but an offensive foul against Aubrielle Grant. Fresh center onto the floor, knocks down her defender. That's her first. And now the Rams are clearing the bench with 2:13 to play. Virginia Shorts to Naja Lester. And A.J. Walters all check in for Columbia International. That's their 5th team foul, though, with Grant whistled for the offensive foul, trying to clear out for the rebound. So on the other end, it'll be the Nighthawks at the line. Kennedy Collins will be the shooter, 0 for 1 from the stripe today. .213 in this fourth quarter. Columbia International up 68 to 48. Collins at the line. Sophomore out of Atlanta. First shot up and good. Takes her into double digits today with 10. Two for 2 from the stripe goes Kennedy Collins. With just over 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Rams lead it by 18. Shorts back to Grant at the top of the key. Grant trying to go inside to Walters. Her pass is picked off. Memphis in transition. Kicks it in the corner. Jade Studemeyer from 3. She got it. And Jade Studemeyer from the right corner takes her to 9 points today with her second made 3 ball. 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. Grant holding along the right wing. Goes over to Anna J. Walters. Walters inside to Grant, back on the low post. One move, shot left short. Rebound snagged by Collins. Up the floor to Studemeyer, now over to Santiago. Back out to Collins, 3 ball up from the right side. Not there. Deja Wilson grabs the offensive board. Back out to Santiago. Short range jumper, no good. She grabs her own offensive board. And she's fouled in pursuit of the basket. Anna J. Walters picking up her first. Team's 6th foul with 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Santiago at the stripe. 3 for 4 today from the line. First one up and good. Takes her to 13 points on the afternoon. Santiago makes it a 2 for 2 trip. And now 14 points today, a team leading for Thomas. Santiago. Walters slowing things down with the clock now sitting at 1 minute left. Columbia International up by 13. Walters has 15 to shoot. Trying to find Wilkerson, has her pass knocked away and picked up by Deja Wilson. Wilson dribbles it back out to the top of the key. Kicks over Santiago. 3 ball up off the front iron. Loose rebound. Bodies are diving for it. It's Grant who comes away with it. Out to Walters, who's running point. A 12-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 20 seconds to shoot as Walters has her dribble stolen by Memphis. Up the floor to Collins. Layup from the left side. No good. The rebound is snagged by Lester. Shorts dribbling to the right side of the front court. 18 seconds left. Shot clock has been turned off. Rams lead it by 13. And Walters will give way to Wilkerson. She'll simply hold it for the time to run out. 6 seconds now, 5, as Columbia International will lock up their first win of the season to open things up. Final score, 68-55. Columbia International takes down Thomas University. The Rams improved to 1-0 on the season. This non-conference matchup, Thomas falls to 0-1. Looking ahead, they'll be on the road at Middle Georgia State coming up on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Columbia International, they have some time off before they're back on the hardwood. We'll see you next Saturday, a 2 p.m. tip-off with AAC action beginning early. Johnson, the Royals, will be in town with a brand new face at the helm. Johnson, of course, led by brand new first-year head coach Brian Lawhon. Now, while it's his first year at Johnson, it is not his first year in the AAC. Where was he last year? Oh, look at Brian. Yeah, that's right. The team that went 29-0 in the regular season finished 32-2 following the NAIA National Championship games. Brian, of course, picked to finish 14th in the preseason NAIA poll. Lawhon deciding to make the move from Brian over to Johnson. We'll see him here next Saturday when the Royals come to the Moore Fitness Center to take on the Rams. We'll step aside for a moment and come back with a post-game conversation with Danielle Fleming and our player of the game right back here on the CIU Sports Network. Back on the CIU Sports Network, post-game recap. The Rams locked up their first win of the season. Coach, final score, you lock it down today, taking down the visiting Thomas Nighthawks. What was the key to the win?
Defense. We talked about defense all week, and so we want to get kills. We want to get 3 stops in a row. In that first half, we had 7 kills. So I think that was the biggest point that got us to our lead. In the second half, I don't know how many kills we had, but I don't think it was 7. So.
You mentioned at halftime the key to this game was going to be rebounding. The key to the whole season was going to be defending the glass. Sierra Cook, 17 boards today in her first game as a part of your program. What does that mean for her future success?
I mean, I'm sure she's going to be on everybody's scouting report. She's going to be the person like, hey, we got to keep her off the glass. She's so tenacious. 17 rebounds, I mean, and it's the first game, so you got to expect it's only going to go up and get better from here. So very proud of her in that effort.
Our player of the game, true freshman Hannah Wilkerson, a team-high 18 points today. How special was it to get her such a strong start?
It was very special. You know, we lost Zani early, and so it was. I just told her, you got to step up and do what you do. And she did what she did. She can attack the glass on the defense end, and then offensively she can just go and attack. So she'll be a great player in addition to our team.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll now be joined by our player of the game, Hannah Wilkerson. 18 points today for the true freshman. Hannah, your first collegiate game, you dropped 14. What was working for you?
I think really just staying aggressive the whole game and just being tenacious from start to finish. I think that's really what got me going.
Down by 1 at the end of the first quarter, you guys rattled off a 20-0 run to start the second. What was the key to the turnaround?
Defense. We got a lot of stops. We got a lot of defensive rebounds, and we didn't let the other team get a lot of offensive rebounds. We only allowed them to one shot or one possession multiple times. So I think that was a big key to our 20-0 run.
You've got a week off before you see Johnson next week. What'll be the biggest thing that you hope your group focuses on across the next week of practice?
Just continuing to be aggressive on defense because that's what wins games, obviously. So as long as we stay tenacious on defense, I think we'll be good.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you.
Hannah Wilkerson, your player of the game for the Rams' victory today over Thomas. They'll be away for a bit, but back next Saturday to take on Johnson in AAC action. Until then, thank you all for joining us on the CIU Sports Network. My name's Kate Crenshaw, saying have a great weekend. And as always, remember to smile.